I'm Michael Archdeacon, and I serve as the Peter J. Stern Professor and Chairperson of the Department of Orthopedic Surgery at the University of Cincinnati, a role that I've held since 2013, taking over for Dr. Stern. I've had the opportunity to know Dr. Stern for close to 25 years. I met him when I was a third-year resident. I called him and asked if we could meet to talk about job opportunities in Cincinnati. He was gracious and had breakfast with me at the Academy in San Francisco. I remember it vividly. Unfortunately, at the time, he didn't think there was an opportunity for a job at the University of Cincinnati. That said, years went by, and a couple years later, he reached out to me and talked to me about maybe joining the faculty in Cincinnati. It worked out, and in 2001, I was brought on the faculty. It's been an unbelievable opportunity to work with Dr. Stern over the last 20 plus years. He's been a mentor and a friend. I can say with confidence that I'm a better surgeon and a better provider because of my time spent watching from him, learning from him, and listening to him. He's provided me key insight throughout my career, as he has many, many others. Anyone who knows Dr. Stern will know that he's considered a gentleman. Pretty much everyone in the world says, Peter Stern's about the nicest person I've ever met, and I can confirm that that's true. He's very passionate about education and patient care. He puts in tireless hours for the fellows, the residents, and the students with both his lectures, his conferences, his teaching rounds, his journal club, etc., etc., etc. He never, ever gets tired of teaching. He shows up every Tuesday morning at 5:30 to prepare for his SCS conference. I believe it's sliders, curveballs, and spitballs. He's a baseball fan, so he named his conference. He likes to throw everybody off and get them confused. But he gives the same lectures so the residents learn them over the years, even though there's probably 40 or so of them. I would say without doubt that Peter Stern is a pillar of the orthopedic profession. He's committed his entire life to the education and betterment of our patients and our residents, students, and fellows. And it's been an absolute pleasure to work with him, and I congratulate you, Dr. Stern, on your award as a pillar of orthopedic surgery.
I have known Dr. Stern for years through his writings and teachings, but was honored when he hired me in 2002 from the University of Missouri, and I then came to the University of Cincinnati. At that time, I think he wanted to improve the scholarly activities in the sports medicine and shoulder division, but it was really then that I became a true understanding of what Peter Stern represents in our orthopedic community. His servant leadership, his behind the scenes cannot be seen in his writings. And that's what really made this a journey for me with him special. He demonstrates incredible professionalism, a altruistic approach to patient care. He is highly ethical, and he remains consistent with those strengths. And that alone is what attracted me to learn from him and to develop into a friendship. I can't express enough what his mentorship and now friendship has meant to me. I would not be where I am today without the teachings and offerings of Peter Stern. Now, Peter will tell you there's been stories that we've had during my annual reviews with him, and I will not disclose those, but I'll let him share those as appropriate. But as with all young faculty that are growing, he demonstrates that patience on how to bring out the best out of an individual, and that's very special.
Hi, I'm Peter Stern, and I'm from the University of Cincinnati College of Medicine, Department of Orthopedic Surgery. I was president of the American Orthopedic Association from 2007 to 2008. I'm truly humbled to have received this prestigious award. I've never considered myself in the same category as past recipients. I'm particularly pleased that my colleagues Mike Archdeacon and Keith Kenner co-championed my nomination. I'm very proud of these two individuals, both of whom I recruited to our department. Mike Archdeacon came in 2001, and he succeeded me as chair of the department. He's the president of the Orthopedic Trauma Association, and he also runs our huge physician practice plan. Keith Kenner came a few years later, and Keith is well known in the AOA ranks. He's a passionate educator, and he, along with Terry Peabody, really got the CORD program going. He is the present chair at Western Michigan University. So I'd like to thank a number of individuals. First and foremost, I'd like to thank my family. I'm blessed with Sandy, my wife of 52 years, almost a case report in review of the literature in today's world, and my 3 children, all of whom are off the family payroll. They've always been there for me and have somehow tolerated my frequent absence from home. Next, 2 partners, Tom Kefauver and John Wyrick. Both of these individuals are great educators and surgeons, but above and beyond, they're very humble. This is a trait that's often absent in orthopedic surgeons. Next, my many residents and fellows over the last 40 years. It's been a privilege to learn from them and to see so many of them who have had incredibly successful careers and become leaders in our profession. And finally, a special thanks to Mac Everts, who has led the campaign for tomorrow, and we've almost reached our goal of $8 million. Mac is a tenacious fundraiser, has a great sense of humor, and has been pivotal in the leadership of the American Orthopedic Association. Mac, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Next, in terms of programs that I'm most proud of with the AOA, I would list 2, the Own the Bone Project and CORD. Both of these projects developed during my tenure as president of the association, although I did not contribute directly to them. First, Own the Bone. As all of you know, osteoporosis has reached epidemic proportions in our country. Orthopedic surgeons are intimately involved in the treatment of fragility fractures, yet once these fractures are stabilized, our care often ends. Own the Bone has been successful from a patient, clinician, and institutional perspective to identify, evaluate, and treat these fractures in a longitudinal fashion, and to raise physician and public awareness of this disorder. Hats off to Mark Swinkowski and the AOA staff for piloting this program. Next, CORD. Graduate medical education is pivotal for any excellence in our specialty. Educational programs are ever changing, advancing, and maturing. CORD is the glue that facilitates best practices in musculoskeletal education, collaboration with the ACGME, and provides a forum for exchange of ideas and solutions to problems. Finally, what is the AOA meant to me? I'm very proud to be a member of the AOA. Its members are recognized as the best and the brightest in our specialty. Its programs are cutting edge, and its various missions promote excellence in orthopedic surgery. Mediocrity cannot be found in this organization. No wonder it's been around since 1887. Again, thank you for the privilege of being one of the pillars.